Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. Hey, look, man, in boxing, you find a way to win, you find a way to lose. Please like, consider subscribing, donating to the channel if you like the content. Hey, look, man, I got some concerns here. I got some concerns about Brian Mendoza. I don't like it. Look, he's out there training with Israel Salas, same trainer for your Danish Yugas, right? Now, let's understand something. Salas is a solid trainer. He trains Joe Joyce as well. But the thing that gets my attention is when you have a fighter who is basically just doing like walkout shows like a year ago to coming out here being a 15-1 underdog, 11-1 underdog, and just walking through boxers. Now, Brian Mendoza clipped Jason Rosario. He showed power that some people were saying he never had, right? But Jason Rosario, to me, he made his money, made some good he may have made about $10 million over the course of those fights he had, challenging for the titles and defending the titles, right? So he's back in the Dominican Republic just fine. But that loss he took to Brian Mendoza, I didn't expect that. So then Brian Mendoza comes back now, right? He fights Sebastian Fundora. Now, I've been saying that Fundora, it's just a matter of time before someone was able to knock out the upside down slingshot because, I just said his body's not built to take those shots. Lubin showed that if you can get to him, you can hurt him and knock him out. So I've been saying that. But with this Brian Mendoza thing, right? When you see somebody have a meteoric rise, that should make you pay attention and ask some questions. Okay? You come into a fight on 10-day notice. I'm not saying the upset can't happen. Come into a fight on a 10-day notice and just totally dismantle a champion. It's saying I'm working harder now, right? Then you come in there and you fight Fundora, who's extremely awkward, and Fundora was giving him the business, but then he unleashes this hellacious left hand and is able to stop him. Now, I'm going to tell you, I didn't really think much of it. I did pay attention and say, man, damn, how was he able to do that? But then he goes out in an interview, right? And then he says, and this is where I said, let me pay attention. He says, the time to beat me was back then. He was like, the old Brian. And these are his words. He says, this is a new monster you see in front of you. And my thing is, what happened? How? How are you a new monster? What is it that you've come across, right? That has you out here telling the world, no one's gonna beat me, I'm a new monster. What? Who, what, when, where, why, how? You see, I try to peel the layers back because I can't understand. How's a man talking about anyone from 154 to 160? That's what he's calling out, saying they're all in trouble. Bring on anyone at 154 to 160 pounds. So I said, you know what? Maybe there's some funny business. Couldn't find, I know his strength and conditioning coach and isn't Ariza, it's not Conti, it's not Sajjad, it's not Heredia. But I'm not sure if there's some kind of involvement with Heredia, since we know Heredia helped some of the fighters over there who train with Salas, particularly your Danish Yugas. So when you see a guy come out there, man, and they have that kind of power in a shot, it just makes me wonder what exactly is going on, and where they get this newfound sense of confidence that they're a monster. So I took a look at old Brian Heredia, right? That's him right there. Brian Heredia, I'm tripping. Brian Mendoza. And I said, let's take a look and see, because he had 22 wins, 16 of those wins are by KO. He has 2 losses. So I said, let's just scroll down. Excuse me. And let's take a look at his wins. And let's just see what kind of, let's see how these knockouts look. So you can see where he started off: TKO, KO, unanimous decision, KO, TKO, KO, split decision, TKO, TKO. So you can see he's winning. Then he has a split decision loss over 8 rounds against Larry Gomez, who none of us know who that is. Then Jesus Alejandro Ramos lost unanimous decision over 10 rounds. Then he comes back and he KOs Benjamin Whitaker, Jason Rosario, and then he just did the business on Sebastian Fundora. And I'm going to tell you right now, man, that I'm going to be paying attention to him, because what I want to know is, what is it that he's doing to kind of get his career, where I'm going to say, really on track? Because if you listen to him talk, it sounded like he was down and out. And like he was down and out and didn't think, excuse me, right? And didn't think that he would be in this position. And all I'm saying is, what is it that what did he find? What is it that these guys come across? And the reason I talk about it is because whenever I hear somebody say, I wasn't supposed to be here, I'm not supposed to be here, right? And you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that damn Panama Lewis and Louis Resto. What's his name? Panama Lewis, right? And Louis Resto. And how Resto hooked up with Panama Lewis. And Panama Lewis started to, take the padding out the gloves. He did a lot of crap to bring him back from the dead. So when I hear guys talk like that, it makes me wonder, is there some foul play? There's no proof of it. It just makes me decide to ask the question. But when I went and looked, when you go here and you look at a BoxRec, you can see that obviously, he's got some power. He's been getting KOs. But at the same time, I just think it's a fair question, because I wouldn't be surprised if I tell you what, if I had knockout power, I wouldn't be out here talking about, I'm surprised that I was able to knock out somebody. I wouldn't be talking about I'm not supposed to be here. I'd be talking like I'm supposed to be here. I'm not going to say that I'm a new monster. There's nothing new. I've always been a monster. Why has everything got to be new? That's why I said, what happened? Everything's new now. Why? So to me, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest with you. Doesn't make sense. I don't like it. So that being said, y'all keep cool. More to come on this. But it just makes me ask the question, what exactly happened?
Landed.
What exactly happened for Brian Mendoza to come and talk like he's found this fountain of something, of success, of power. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it alone, man. But let's just take a look at what he was able to do this past weekend against the giraffe he tranquilized.
Landed. Trying to throw the uppercut. Well, there you have it. Right. The uppercut's from too far back, right, Abner?
Too far back.
And that's what led to the problems. And, we've credited Fundora with being able to take a knee